Hey guys, I have reached the very highest rank here, the legend ranked, in Critter Crash on the very first day in like 4.5 hours. And today I want to show you how I actually did that, so you have an easier time progressing through this event as well. There are a lot of different, very overpowered combinations of things here, but again, today I'm gonna show you just how I personally did it, and yeah, this will in the end also turn out to be one of the strongest decks or combinations of things that you can possibly play. So you can see here that you have the option between choosing a lot of different device plans. The one that I found to be the best, at least for now, is this one right here, the standard curtain call. That is of multiple different reasons, of course. The main reason is that this standard curtain call device plan here is one of the only two device plans that has the character White Room in it. Additionally, there are other very good players in this set as well. Like, for example, Via. Mrs. Bubble is super broken, right? Marsha is very good. And not only that, it also has very good pieces attached to it. More onto that in just a tiny little bit. The other device plan that also has like White Room, Mrs. Bubble and so on in it would be this right here, Leave It to Fate. The bummer for this is first of all, it doesn't have as good of pieces in it, and it has way too many players. Here you have a choice of over 40 different players, which the more players are in a device plan, the less the chance that you actually find the one or one of the ones that you are looking for. That's why the standard curtain call is better, because here are 34 players instead of over 40, increasing our chance to find either Mrs. Bubble or Via or White Room. The exact same scenario also occurs to the pieces. Look at this list here, right? That is a very small list, which is perfect, as again, it increases the probability of you actually finding the pieces that you are looking for. Also, it has a heavy focus on the aquatic pieces, which are either the strongest pieces in the entire game, or at least they are very far up there, one of the best pieces in the game. Now, if you look to this Leave It to Fate plan, look at the list of pieces here. You will actually never find the ones that you want and that you are looking for. And additionally, it has a focus on much weaker pieces, like for example the factory pieces that are not quite up or not holding up to the actual challenge here. So that's why I highly recommend to you to use the curtain call and refresh your selection to find the players that I already mentioned earlier. Now let's check out how things look in action. We're gonna take a look at a match, we're gonna watch it together from my live stream that I did on twitch.tv to reach the legend ranked on the very first day. So I'm 100% sure I'm checking out right here. We're gonna go, of course, first standard curtain call. The players that we are looking for, we just talked about them, so we're gonna choose White Room here. See, we're gonna refresh our pieces in order to find the aquatic pieces. Like this Mummies right here, very strong, as every time this one gets attacked, it increases its HP. That is what we are looking for when you want to gain stats. Attack is not that important. We gain a lot of attack through another piece that I will show you later on. So our focus is here on increasing or finding pieces with a lot of HP. That's why these mummies are common in clutch. And as you can see, you can refresh your monster dock every single turn multiple times for no cost. And you're gonna do that every single turn, like I do this right here, to find the aquatic pieces mainly aquatic pieces, but pieces that you are specifically looking for. You will see later, and I will walk you through what pieces you are actually looking for right here. This is a dolphin that does that whenever one of my aquatic pieces is attacked, they permanently gain an increase in HP. They gain HP +1. You gain so much HP onto all of your pieces. If you look for the aquatic pieces, it will get out of control very, very fast. So that is one piece that we are constantly and always looking for. See, I have 2 dolphins on the field. Now, whenever an aquatic piece of mine gets attacked, it gets +2 HP instead of just 1. The Momus itself increases its HP as well if it gets attacked. So this is a ton of HP per turn. It's crazy, right? Look, we are at like turn 2, turn 3 here, and my Mumuses are sitting on 21 and 33 HP already, respectively. And all the other aquatic pieces also get their HP buffed every single time they get damaged, right? And how often will you take damage? You see this, right? That's what I'm talking about. If you already have like 33 HP on turn 2, turn 3, then how many times will you get attacked, right? And every single attack you take increases your HP by +3, right? From your natural ability from the Mummies and from 2 dolphins. You can see my HP in the span of just 1 turn rose from 33 to 120 right there. This is absolutely ridiculous. And you can have even more than that, because you can have more dolphins. You can have your dolphins on level 2. You can have another middle piece that I will show you later that is also very, very important, which also increases your HP, right? And this is absolutely ridiculous. And don't worry about the attack, because we will find a piece later on that takes care of our attack anyways. We don't need to worry about raising this a single tiny bit. And you know, right? You just go for the aquatic pieces, everything here. This one is not too great, you know, but it doesn't matter. As long as you find aquatic pieces, you are good to go. See, now that I have my Mummies on already 150 HP and the other one is at 250, I switch other pieces back to the front line, so they are more likely to take damage as well, and then their HP is gonna get increased as well every single turn by +2, because I have 2 dolphins. This will be more and more and more. The more dolphins and the more Girax is the other middle piece called that I find. So absolutely incredible. And yeah, I'm waiting for the piece here that increases my attack, because there is a ridiculously overpowered piece. It is this one right here, the Snowmaster Jedi. What it does is that once it dies, it increases the attack of all other pieces in the same row by +10. Every single time it dies. See, I put it in the front. Now, if this Jedi would die, all of the rest of my row would get its attack increased by +10. And this is how we raise our attack stat, right? The HP is taken care of by the dolphins and by a different middle piece that hasn't appeared yet. And that's how you do it. You establish your entire board with aquatic pieces, right? The main pieces that you are looking for is this Snowmaster Jedi, the Mummies, the dolphin, and another middle piece. And yeah, the other pieces for you, it only matters that they are aquatic pieces. Like you can see, this Carbuncle King at the very left hand side here is a very good piece. This thing right at the second place behind the cat in the second row with 7 attack, 10 HP, this is a very, very solid piece, yeah, but it doesn't matter. What you need to want to find is the Snowmaster Jedi, the dolphin, the Mummies, and another middle piece. And that's really about it. Everything else you just want is to be aquatic pieces. Like for example the crab. Top row, very left with 13 HP. This is very, very good as well. Because every time an aquatic piece takes damage or dies or something like that, it increases its HP. You know what I mean? So throughout the game, the HP of this thing will scale and scale and scale and scale non-stop. Right here. 3 aquatic pieces, we take the mammoth, we level it up, we get another piece, and there's the frozen Jirak I was talking to you about. This is also a very, very overpowered piece. It increases also HP and I think attack every time a piece is attacked, so it's even better than the dolphin. It's a key piece that you always want to get your hands on. And yeah, you do this by not only refreshing your monster dog every single turn, but also by actually finding upgrades and leveling up your cards. See, I level up a card, boom, I get a selection of 3 possible rewards. That increases my chance further to find the cards that I'm actually looking out for. And you don't want to level up your pieces right away. For example, this is super important for like the mammoths or the dolphins in the middle. You always want multiple pieces on the board first. I want 5 dolphins if possible in the middle, and only if I then would need another space, right? If I would need to free up space to put in a frozen Jirak there, then I would actually level up one of my dolphins. But I don't want to level them up right away, because having multiple of those gives me a greater benefit. I would rather have like 2 or 3 level 1 dolphins compared to like a level 2 dolphin, right? Also very, very important. Same for the mammoths, right? You want multiple mammoths to get hit every single turn so that you gain more HP, right? Because both mammoths increase their HP. That is better than you would having just one mammoth increase their HP every single turn, right? I think that is needless to explain. Here, the frozen Jirak. Look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. When an allied aquatic piece takes damage, you grant +1 attack, +1 HP to that piece permanently, right? See, this is an even better piece than the dolphin already is. Things get out of control with this piece really, really fast, because every single piece of yours gets +1/+1 every single turn, multiple times. Here we go. Every time we get attacked, we get multiple HP from both of the Jiraks, from our dolphins, and now, thanks to the Jirak, we also increase our attack stat. Every time a piece gets attacked by 2. And look, right? We have pieces that have a lot of HP already. We already increased our HP a whole lot from the mammoths and from the dolphins early. And now we are also taking a lot of attacks in, thanks to that high HP pool every turn, increasing our HP even further, increasing our attack, right? And again, if the piece in the front row, in the very front there, the frozen snow Jedi now dies, every other piece gets +10 attack. And you want, of course, you want 2 of those frozen Jedi snowmans, like so that you can have one of them in each lane, right? In the very front, so they die. And then you see the mammoths, right? And look at the mammoths at the top lane. It has 2 attack, but 270 HP. Now, if the snowman in the front dies, this thing will have 13 attack instead of just 3, with a like 280 HP pool, right? This is absolutely ridiculous. Here we get our second snowman Jedi. Yeah, and now I level him up to level 2. This is not what I should have done. What I should have done is I should have put 1 into the bottom row lane as well, right? And here you can see, every time you get the selection that you can select 1 out of 3 pieces, which happens again whenever you level up a piece, you always, every single time, no matter what, you look for this frozen Jirak and you take it, right? 4 frozen Jiraks are now in the mid lane. This is exactly what you want. This is the perfect setup. And that is how you play the aquatic pieces, right? Wide room, our player also every time an aquatic piece would die, it buffs all the other aquatic pieces on the field by +1/+1. So you see, right? Our entire field gets buffed non-stop. You see this here, right? We get attacked. Jirak the dolphin, right? Everything procs, and we get buffed here out of the wazoo non-stop with everything that happens out of so many different sources. Here, another Snowmaster Jedi. I could also take the dolphin, but I already have my mid lane set up, right? So I take another snowman. Again, I misplay this here because I should have a second snowman in the bottom row as well. I should have sold, for example, like the Carbuncle King that I have there. I should have sold him, right? And then put another snowman Jedi in the front, in the bottom row. That would have been the even better play here. But I think you get the point, and you see the combinations of things that are completely out of control. And this is the way how I reached legend rank very, very fast on day 1 with no issue whatsoever. And yeah, that's really about it. See, boom, easily we unlock Pickles here, right? We can play him next round. But that's about the video, guys. I hope this was fun and informative. If you like Reverse 1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.